I cannot believe people are still talking about this. A week ago, Deontay Wilder was on an interview with his biggest fanboy, 78 Sports TV. Okay, because like they DM each other and shit. He got his private number. Every time he wants an interview, he texts Deontay Wilder begging him for an interview. And Deontay Wilder gave it to him, because he knows 78 Sports TV is loyal. He knows he's loyal to him. He knows he's always going to be by his side no matter what. So in that interview, of course, Deontay Wilder has said that he would love it if Tyson Fury steps down, right? If Tyson Fury steps down in order for him to fight the winner of Joshua versus Andy Ruiz Jr., so they could have this big unification fight. And you still see people talking about, making videos talking about this. Like, do you guys really think that Deontay Wilder truly wants to make this unification fight? Do you think he wants to be undisputed heavyweight champion of the world? Ask yourself this question. Why has it been 4 years since he won that WBC belt and he's still not even a unified champion? Forget about undisputed. Even a unified champion. It's going to be 5 years, like not too long, like maybe 4 or 5 months from now. It's going to be the 5th year anniversary of Deontay Wilder when he won his WBC belt, right? Most champions, when they win a belt in a division, they try and unify, right? Even if they lose, they try and unify. Most champions 5 years down the line have already, if not unified with another champion, have at least attempted it. Even if they failed, even if they lost and they lost their belts, they have at least attempted it. Look at the amount of fighters in different weight divisions who won belts during the same time that Deontay Wilder won his WBC belt, and they've gone on to unify. Right? Even if they lost to the dude, they've at least gone on to unify. Right? So you expect me to believe that Deontay Wilder would truly try and unify, especially if Anthony Joshua were to win. If Anthony Joshua were to regain the titles, right? A lot of people are feeling that he's going to do it. Like, say he actually does it, right? First of all, why would Deontay Wilder come out and say that he hopes Tyson Fury steps aside when he already signed a contract saying that he's going to fight Tyson Fury February of 2020, right? He knows that he has to face Tyson Fury because he already signed the contract, right? So why is he coming out saying, "Oh, I hope Tyson Fury would step down if I get the opportunity to become a unified, undisputed champion at heavyweight"? He's saying all that bullshit to feed his fans, to make it seem like, actually, you see, I'm actually trying to get this fight, this undisputed fight. But he knows damn well that he already signed a contract because Tyson Fury, everybody who's involved in this fight already acknowledging that he already signed a contract to fight Tyson Fury February. So why is he going around saying that I'm trying to get this fight against the winner of Ruiz versus Anthony Joshua if he already knows that he can't get that fight? Because he's obligated, right, to face Tyson Fury in a rematch this February, right? You know why I think he does that? I think he does that so then, because Anthony Joshua had come out and said, don't fucking mention Deontay Wilder's name after I beat Andy Ruiz Jr. because you already know he's going to be facing Tyson Fury. He had come out and said this, right? So I feel like now, because this is why Deontay Wilder had come out and is saying, "Oh, I would love it if Tyson Fury stepped down so I could get a unification fight with him." Because then, if Anthony Joshua were to beat Andy Ruiz and become undisputed, we already know he has to fight Kurat Pulev. Because if that's the main dude he has to fight, or else they strip him of his IBF belt, right? But like, say he beats Andy Ruiz Jr. and then he says, you know what? Because he already said it, don't ask me about Deontay Wilder because he's already set to face Tyson Fury. So I'm going to try and focus on defending my belts against Kurat Pulev because he's my mandatory, right? Then Deontay Wilder and his fans could come out and say, you see, he ducked Deontay Wilder. He wants no parts of Deontay Wilder. You see how now he's trying to get a fight with Kurat Pulev? You see how he's trying to get fight with Kubrat Pulev. Because let's say Anthony Joshua came out at the end of February, at the end of December, and was like, all right, next year I'm gunning for Kubrat Pulev. That's what they'll say. Oh, you see, he's not trying to get a fight with Deontay Wilder. But it's like, but Deontay Wilder already has a fight signed to fight Tyson Fury next. So we're gonna have to wait until if he gets past. If he does get past, because he might lose to Tyson Fury, because that first fight was so close. If he does get past him. And like Eddie Hearn said, how come before this fight was signed, Deontay Wilder wasn't coming out in interviews, making interviews talking about Anthony Joshua, but the minute it's media week and they're starting to talk, do interviews for Anthony Joshua versus Ruiz rematch, all of a sudden he is making, he's interviewing, he's going around making interviews or having interviews and talking about Anthony Joshua and all this stuff and the potential fight. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I don't believe Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder is another one of those fighters that I don't believe him until he's actually in the ring against these dudes, okay? I don't believe it, all right? Because he never fought Vladimir Klitschko. He never unified with Joseph Parker. He never unified with any of these champions. He didn't unify with with Anthony Joshua when he was champion. So I don't believe he's going to unify with anybody until he actually fights the dude, all right? This guy has been... People are trying to convince me that the reason Deontay Wilder is not a unified champion, or at least a unified champion, is because everybody ducked him for 5 years. Like, that's the only thing. That's the only fucking thing that these Deontay Wilder fans could tell you, or try to tell you as to why he's only a one belt holder. Oh, it's because nobody wanted to unify with him. All right, they were all ducking him since he won the belt in January 2015. They were all ducking him. That's the only thing they could bring up the Deontay Wilder fans when they tell you as to why he's not a champion, or as to why he hasn't unified, with the other champions for 4 years. I don't believe Deontay Wilder. I just think he's doing that to make it seem like he actually wants to unify with the winner of Joshua Ruiz. But then he goes his own fucking route and does his own fucking thing and defends his belt against another guy that is not a fucking champion at heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? That's all I have to say, guys. I'm out. Peace.